Fermented plant juice or FPG is a fermented extract of chlorophyll and young shoots of plants such as axillary buds, leaves, grasses, young fruits, and flowers. One important ingredient in producing FPG is chlorophyll, a green molecules in plants that absorb sunlight for photosynthesis. What are the benefits of fermented plant juice? Fermented plant juice or FPJ is a fermented extract of the saps and chlorophylls of specific types of plants. It is enzymatically rich and full of lactic acid, producing bacteria and yeast that can help to invigorate plant and animal growth, a probiotic. How do you make fermented plant juice? Number 1, collect plant materials. Second, cut and weigh the plant material. Third, add brown sugar. 4, pack the plant material and brown sugar. Check the container after 24 hours and adjust. Number 6, let the contents ferment undisturbed. Number 7, separate the liquid from the solids. Number 8, store the FPJ properly. What is fermented plant juice fertilizer? Fermented plant juice or FPJ is a liquid fertilizer made from local plants and brown sugar. Korean natural farming and most types of natural farming in general take advantage of what nature provides. Bioliquid fertilizers like the FPJ do exactly this and are a main reason why natural farming is so effective. What is fermented plant material? Plant material is fermented with lactic acid, bacteria or lab, and crude sugar or molasses to break down the plant's fibers to make the nutrients and beneficial properties they contain more accessible for garden plants. How does fermented plant juice work? Fermented plant juice or FPJ is a fermented extract of chlorophyll and young shoots of plants such as axillary buds, leaves, grasses, young fruits, and flowers. Remove dirt from plant but do not wash them with water because it may eliminate useful microorganisms. Drain and dry the vegetable for 5 minutes. How do you use fermented plant juice? Mix 1 teaspoon of fermented plant juice per liter of water and spray on the leaves, or apply directly to the soil around the plants from seedling stage up to flowering stage. You can apply weekly or depending on plant vigor. What plants do people ferment? Fermented plant foods may be classified into groups as those made from cereal grains or maize, sorghum, millet, rice, wheat, such as pozol, Mexico, kenkey, ogi, and injera, Africa. Those made from pulses, nuts, and other seeds, such as ontjom, Indonesia, and dawa-dawa, Savannah, Africa, and those from tubers. Fermented plant juice is used in solutions for seeds and soil treatments and plant nutrition. It consists of the young shoots of vigorously growing plants that are allowed to ferment for approximately 7 days with the aid of brown sugar. The brown sugar draws the juices out of the plant material via osmosis and also serves as a food source for the microbes carrying out the fermentation process. The weak alcohol produced during fermentation extracts chlorophyll soluble in ethanol and other plant components. It is non-toxic and edible. What affects the quantity and quality of FPJ? The most important requirement when selecting plants for making FPJ is to use the growing tips of plant species that are fast growers. Flowers, flower buds, and immature fruits can also be used. Hard or woody plant parts will yield little or no plant juice. The plant should be vigorously growing at the time of collection. Plant parts should be harvested while the plants are in respiration mode before sunrise and not in photosynthesis mode during daylight. Due to the effects of these processes have on plant chemistry, avoid collecting plant parts during or after rainfall. Ideally, wait 2 sunny days after rain stops, and do not rinse collected plant parts or to conserve their surface microbial population, lactic acid producing bacteria and yeasts, which will carry out the fermentation process. Low levels of these microbes will result in improper fermentation and or low yields of plant juice. You have to remember choosing the raw materials for fermented plant juice. You are going to choose materials that are young and fresh, free from insect pests and diseases, abundant in the production area, free from chemical contaminants. There are also materials needed in making fermented plant juice like the local plants that are fast growing like kangkong, legumes and grasses. You can also use bamboo shoots, asparagus shoots, actively growing plant parts and young fruits of cucumber, squash, melon, watermelon, ampalaya and other cucurbits. Weed species are found growing in the production area. Young leaves of trees, banana trunks, young leaves and fruits of trees tolerant crops are also good materials for fermented plant juice. You can use either crude sugar or molasses or whichever is available and can be bought at a lower price. You will need basin, ceramic pot or plastic pail, net bag or cloth bag, paper or cloth for cover, string, stone as weight, bolo, chopping board, marking pen, and glass jars. The uses and rates of application of fermented plant juice. A seed treatment before sowing. Soak the seeds in 0.2% solution for 4 to 5 hours to facilitate germination and start-up solution for germinating seeds. As a natural growth enhancer, fermented plant juice made from actively growing plants parts and fast-growing plants may contain natural growth hormones and mineralized nitrogen that promotes plant growth. Mix 1 teaspoon of fermented plant juice per liter of water and spray on the leaves or apply directly to the soil around the plants from seedling stage up to the pre-flowering stage. You can apply weekly or depending on plant vigor. Please note that with the use of fermented plant juice, there is no overdose. You may use it liberally, however, the soil must be watered first before applying fermented plant juice to avoid scorching of the roots. Apply fermented plant juice to the soil to serve as source of energy to accelerate activities of the soil microorganism, and this activity will make the nutrients available to the plants. Give fermented plant juice as drink to livestock at a 1 liter to increase microbial activities in gastrointestinal tracts, and this would result to better absorption of nutrients. Spray to animals bedding to hasten manure decomposition.